it's Lydia Gable with Compass, and I am so excited to have an amazing team agent with me today, Kevin Minn.
Hi, how are you doing?
Great
to be here.
Wonderful. I'm so glad you could join us. And really what we want to talk about today, and I'd love for you to share a little bit, is you have been super uber successful working with buyers. And I think it's something that our viewers can share about, like, what's the mentality of a buyer today? How are you getting buyers' offers accepted? So we're just going to kind of have a conversation because it's competitive out there, right? And then also what we're going to talk about is, how does a seller look at the buyers coming in? So this is both for buyers and sellers, but we're really focusing on your success with buyers. So first of all, congratulations so much on all the success you've recently had. So let's talk first about where the buyers are coming from.
Well, buyers are coming from all over. They just wanted to move into the Conejo Valley areas, and they're coming from the city, they're coming from OC, it's coming from everywhere, yes. Mm-hmm.
So there really is not one spot that you're
Not
saying
one spot,
that,
yes.
Because they could be moving from within Conejo Valley.
Yes, indeed.
Renters, buyers.
Why paying rent 100% interest when you can actually, interest rate is so low right now. I mean, stay it low for 4.5%. Why don't we take the opportunity to get into, and invest and build equity? Yes.
So when you're working with a buyer and you're walking through properties, right? You've kind of figured out what they're looking for. What are you telling a buyer today about the market and the inventory? Because your head has to be under a rock if you don't know how competitive this market is, right?
Right, yes. One thing that I have been very lucky with the buyers is also the prepping them their mindset. So I would like to sit down and have a consult with them, understanding their needs, and also rather than a salesperson, be an advisor and advocate for the buyers, really understanding and making them understand the market, how it's going, how we have to go in and move fast, and how our terms and price to be strong to win the home that they will love.
So I love that. So you're kind of preparing the buyer before you're walking in. So you call it an advisor.
Yes.
I love that because I feel like you really are an advisor to your clients. Your clients who work with you really feel like you have their best interest, right? Not necessarily about selling. It's about finding something that works for them, right?
Yes. It's like making a match, trying to make a match for them, trying to really understand the buyer's needs rather than just the transactions. That's not how I represent it. I don't think that's how we're not representing that way.
Right.
So so making them making a love match for them.
I love that. A love match with your home. A love match with your home. I love that. That's a good Instagram post. Put it on your Instagram, Kevin. All right, so let's talk the buyers walking through the home. Lots of people. We're seeing offers due by tomorrow at 6 p.m. You really don't have a lot of time to walk through the home. How are the buyers feeling about that?
Sometimes buyers are overwhelmed, but as I mentioned, I'm prepping them mentally and with the mentality of let's go in, let's submit an offer. If you like it, let's go submit it, right? So that's the mentality that I'm trying to get them into. And when we go see the homes, trying to make them understand in the first place, why do they want to be in this home. Place them in the home and make them feel like it's their home is part of the steps that I'm trying to take. And also I always prep my buyer to make a connection with the listing agents, let them know that you're there. So when we actually submit an offer, I could always call a listing agent and say, hey, so-and-so just came in and they really love it. And then, the listing agents will actually know my buyers and say, oh, we know them, they stop by, they say hi, and we absolutely love them. So it takes advantage of when we're submitting offers.
I love that. So you're really forming a relationship with the listing agent. Now, from a seller's standpoint, when the buyer walks through the home, what can a seller be doing to make sure that their home is appealing to the buyer, or are you pointing certain things out to the buyers? Like how does a seller prepare their home for these buyers to come in and make sure that it's in the best light?
Well, from the seller point of view, that is, this home is ready, and nice and clean, and it's it smells great to start with, and something that you can actually always see yourself in it. So I always put my shoes in how my home would want to look like. Let's say you're going into a store to buy a pair of some clothes. You still always want to look neat and ready to go and appealing for those people who come into your store, right? So it's the same thing apply with the homes, that when buyers came in, they can actually see themselves trying to want to live in the home, and they can picture themselves where I put my couch, where the TVs would go, how the kitchen would look like, etc. So it has to be always picture perfect ready. Mm-hmm.
Very true. Picture perfect. All right. So now the buyer's talking about submitting an offer, right? Does list price matter? Or are you looking at comps? Like, how are you helping a buyer submit an offer and come up with a price? Because, again, most of the homes are getting multiple offers. So how are you strategizing with your buyer on winning that home?
Again, going back to the relationship with the listing agents is very important when we submit an offers. Be in close relationship with them, make the communications flowing, asking the listing agents for the advice is actually very helpful. In terms of pricing, that I do run comps and present it to my buyers to make them understand the area, as well as I also call the pending homes that went into the escrow currently, and asking the listing agents where the price is at. So in this market, I think it's very important. Also, the comps might have, say, in 30 days, different pricing, but the reality of the current pricing, that it's the houses that are in escrow is the most important thing right now. So I run the comps in terms of that way.
I love it. So if the pending home is here, are you coming in here or are you coming in higher?
I would, depending on how we want to win it, I always suggest you go in stronger. Yes, higher would be my approach.
I love it. Mm-hmm. I love it. Anything else you want to share about the buyer's mentality and just kind of what the buyers should be prepared for, or anything the buyers, any insights?
Yes, it's the inventory is there. We just have to, act fast if you like to win the home, and working with the agents that is, being there for you, making sure that just taking you step by step, explaining. First of all, the buyer consult to explain it all step of the way of this process, because it is very daunting experience for the first time home buyers, because there's a lot of things that goes on in the process. So someone that has the open communications, always willing to work above and beyond for you, and a good negotiator, and that's the most important thing in this business, I believe.
Well, certainly your clients love you.
Thank you.
And adore you. We love you and adore you, and so happy that you're part of us. And if anybody wants to reach out to Kevin, we'll post his number right below so that you can reach out. But if you're lucky enough to be able to work with Kevin, Kevin will take great care of you and make sure you win your home and educate you in this market. So thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
And good luck with this continued success for you as we're entering, second quarter is crazy right around the corner. So thank you so much and good luck.
Thank you. Thank you so much.